Cosmo Macero of O'Neill & Associates, a man who was running out to rent Legends of the Fall after he heard Aidan Quinn was in the news.
Absolutely.
Good
morning, Victor Bravo.
Good morning. Peter Cadges of the Boston Phoenix, a man who did see Star Trek on opening day. That's not the right hand gesture, Cadges.
I can't do that.
We'll let you review the movie in a minute. First, let's talk about the other Aidan Quinn, Cosmo. Not your favorite actor, most underrated actor of all time, which I would argue with on another day. But several issues with the guy that caused the T accident and caused 50 people to be taken to the hospital. First and foremost, 24 years young, and this is the second time in 12 months that a 24-year-old T operator has rear-ended another T, causing trouble. Is it time for the T to institute an age requirement for its operators?
You know, I don't know that youth is necessarily the factor. Certainly inexperience and or lack of proper training could be. So that's what I think needs to be looked at, is what kind of training the T is providing their motormen, and if indeed someone of that age has got the right training and has got the skills and the appropriate level of experience, that's fine. But you know, the issue here is one of public safety and making sure the people behind the wheel there are paying attention to doing the right
Cosmo
job.
tap dancing around age discrimination here, Peter. But look, this is twice in a year now. Is it time to just say, look, you got to be 30 before you can get behind the wheel of these things?
No. Is Cosmo, I hate to say this, no, I'm glad, is 100% right. It's a question of age, it's a question of training and temperament. Look, 24-year-olds in the military are handling equipment under situations that I suspect are far more dangerous than riding in the T. It's poor training, bad temperament. They need to screen these people, and they need to train them.
The second issue is the...
I mean, you want to tap dance, I'll tap dance, but I'm serious. I mean, it's not an issue of age, it's an issue of...
I may play that card in a minute. How about an issue of speeding and driving record? Now, we find out he had 3 tickets in 4 years, and there was a mild accident where he was at least 50% at fault. Does this concern you in the least?
Again, is that an absolute no? But does it tell you something about the temperament of a particular person? Yeah. I think someone who's got the lives of hundreds and hundreds of people in their hands every day is probably someone I don't want to be reckless behind the wheel of their own vehicle. So that tells me a little bit about what kind of a safety record this person has.
Moving violation should be a huge red flag.
3 and 4 years, though? I mean,
red flag.
They said 3 in a year is the T's rule, which I think is okay.
I think that's a lot. Look, I'm not a speed demon. I've never had a speeding ticket, as far as I can tell, in the last 10 years. You know, but 3. I think
you better be able to back that up, because you know I'm pulling the record.
I said speeding.
Freedom of Information Act. I'm looking that up.
I think 3 speeding tickets, including one that becomes a surchargeable offense, that's something that's pretty serious in terms of how safe you are behind the wheel. Look, I've texted yesterday. I was texting behind the wheel, and I'm off on.
You should lose your license. Then you're a moron.
Look,
you are a moron.
It's a dangerous practice.
Did you hear what I said?
It's a dangerous practice, and I can tell you from
life's hard. It's harder if you're stupid. The line from Eddie Coyle comes into play here. You were stupid. What are you thinking about? What were you texting that was so important?
I'm not sure. But
he's a moron. Tell him, Peter. He's not listening to me.
Not a good move, Cosmo.
Not a good move.
Let's get to the other issue yesterday, which is the one. No, you don't.
No.
We find out yesterday that Aidan Quinn was actually Georgia Quinn, had his gender changed in his license in April, and he was a she for most of his life. In fact, his voting record still says, voting registration still says he's a female. Is this newsworthy? Should it be reported? And did this catch your eye when you first read it yesterday?
You know, as a former Herald reporter, I have to confess to some level of interest in those kind of details. I don't think it's germane to the main point of the story. I can't argue with it.
Tap dancing again. We should be on your feet.
I can't argue with it being in the story, but you know what? I think it's been appropriately mentioned. It has not been a focus of the story.
It's a big yawn to me. It's a big yawn to me. I don't see what its relevance is.
Relevance is, I guess, a relative term. This is the TMZ era, Peter, where news is often in quotes and people want salacious details. Is this not a salacious detail?
Here's what's inevitable in the situation. Someone thrust into the news, into the headlines like that, their personal life is
Every
bound,
aspect of it.
is bound to become part of the story, and that's just the reality. No matter if it's a MBTA accident or anything else.
There you go. Let's get to the big issue that's been concerning you for about a week now, Cosmo, and that is the plight of Miss California. Donald Trump today at 11 or so is going to rule on whether or not she gets to keep the crown of Miss California. If you were the Donald and you were in those big shoes, how would you rule on this?
Well, there's a couple of realities here. One is that if you're a model at some stage in your career, whether it's early or late, borderline nudity is going to be part of what you're doing. And I think
you've been there and done that.
I think that's a
the
reality.
bearskin rug shots. Am I the only one that remembers?
But by the rules,
huge posters. The kids love those at the carnival.
There's specific rules about the applications for the pageant. It appears that she was not truthful on a couple of questions.
So are you stripping her?
I think there's grounds
of the title.
I say you have to take. You're probably going to take the title away. I think the kid's actually taken a beating more than she really deserves. But she broke the rules.
A scale of 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely you're fired, that Trump gets rid of her today.
I'd say about 5.5.
Do you want me to comment or pick a number?
Both.
Yeah, I mean, beauty pageant winners exist so that they can have scandals. It goes along with the territory. Every time someone's named, I wonder, okay, what's the scandal? Did she steal Girl Scout money, or did she pose topless? This is another, who cares? She appears to have violated...
Are you not human? If you don't care about Miss California, Peter, I question your sanity.
Let's remember why it became scandalous, because she made what many perceive to be a took an unpolitically correct stance on gay marriage, and that sort of thrust it into the spotlight. And now
your word of the day is thrust. Why is that?
Listen,
quickly, Peter, I got to get a Star Trek review from you because you ran out on opening day to see it. How was it?
Star Trek was excellent. I am not a Trekkie. I'm not even big on science fiction movies. I would say it's somewhere between an 8 and a 9. Excellent movie. They made great and inventive use of Spock. Some funny moments. Really a terrific film.
Did they have any good thrusting in it? Because Cosmo will know, apparently.
There was some, I don't know about thrusting. There was some wonderful... The Earth moved several times.
Peter Cadges of the Phoenix.
I'm getting a text.
Cosmo Macero Jr. Give me that thing. They are the heavy hitters.